Okay, everyone, now that we've added a release of information for both George and his daughter, before we go ahead and add our entry-exit into any program that George should be into, we want to make sure that we assign ourselves as case manager for both George and his daughter. And the reason for this, if we don't have time to finish the entry-exit, or if someone needs to know who to contact that's working with these clients, we want to make sure that we have our name in here. So as you see, I'm already entering data as we have been, as the Rhode Island Family Shelter. On George Smith's profile, I already did his ROI. We're skipping the entry exit for now, and we're going to click on our Case Managers tab. And here we want to add Case Manager, just by clicking on that button. On the top, you'll see that there's 2 people in the household, so the same that we did for the ROI, we just want to select both. If you do find that you're working with an individual and there's someone additional in the household that shouldn't be listed here, you want to remove them from the household before continuing, which will be a video that we visit in the future. So for now, we select both clients that we're working with. Unless we are a supervisor that wants to assign this client to one of our case managers, then what we're going to do is select me. We're always going to select me. If I was to select other and type in all of my information, even if it's exactly the same that's listed under me, it will create an entirely new case manager in the system. So I want to make sure that I have both household members selected and that I select me. The start date for my case management would be the day I started working with them. And this is why it's not necessary to be in backdate mode. You can just change the start date here. And I started working with these 2 on February 7th, 2019. And so that's the start date I'm going to put. There is no end date because they are currently my clients. And now I add case manager. And now we want to see, okay, so George Smith now has me, Shalissa, assigned as their case manager. I'm going to go on the top right and switch to another household member just to double check that it worked for Gina. Now I click submit, and I see that Gina Smith also has me assigned as her case manager. One thing to keep in mind, if I did make a mistake in assigning myself case manager for this family, I can't just delete it. So what I'm going to do is pretend as if this was a mistake and Gina Smith is not my client. If I click delete, and I want to delete myself as her case manager because that's not the case, I click yes. And now when I go back to George by switching to another household member and clicking submit, I see that I am still assigned as his case manager. So even though I've deleted it for one person, I have to make sure that if I make a mistake for anyone else in the household that I go to their profile and fix it there as well. So I'm going to include additional households. So I'm going to reselect Gina just to add her back to my case management load. And I click continue, save case manager, and I'm just going to double check back to Gina's tab, and I am her case manager. Okay, when I am done working with these clients, what I would do, I could go to anyone in the household, select the pencil, make sure all names are selected, and add an end date when they either exit or transfer to a different case manager in my program. Okay, and that is how you add yourself as a case manager.